like him.
Let's check in with our morning disaster mobile unit. Shaner, Jim the photographer, and Goose. Hello.
Hey,
All right, what are you doing?
I guess I'm going to go voting.
Really? You're going voting?
Yeah.
Yes, in the Santa Maria.
Uh-huh.
And what is this? Where is the Santa Maria?
We're over here on Lake Springfield.
You're on Lake Springfield. Are you in the water?
We're about to launch the Santa Maria. Me and Shane are going out on the boat.
You guys are going out on the boat.
It's like a little flat bottom boat.
Oh, very nice.
And you've
It's
got the
only
lake
like
all to
6
yourself.
foot long. It's really teeny.
Who's going to power this boat?
We are.
Who's we?
You know, I mean, it's not a motorboat. You know, it's like you got to have oars and stuff.
It's not a motorboat.
No. I mean, the Santa Maria wasn't a motorboat.
That was a sailboat.
Yeah, but we don't have a sail.
So who's going to power the boat?
Me and Shane.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the oars. In fact, I'm sitting in the boat now.
And what is Shader doing?
He's getting ready. He's going to give me the oars. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What happened?
Bastard. He pushed me out.
Well,
He pushed me out of the water.
Where's Shader?
I think this.
He's on dock.
Well, if you remember too, I mean, Columbus faced many a mutiny
Yes.
and many wanted to throw him
You
overboard. So
bastard.
He's
we've
already
got to be historically accurate.
You've already
Jim.
been mutinied. So who's in the water right now?
Just me.
Do you have
In
an
the
oar?
boat. I don't have any oars. There are no oars in this boat. Oh, son of a bitch. And I'm drifting away. Hey, toss me a line or something. I think Shane is trying to call in on the other line. Bastard. Well,
See,
give me
here-
an oars. Toss me an oar.
I got to get this right. Shane, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, let me get this right. You and Jim are supposed to go in the boat. Jim gets in the water or gets in the boat. You're going to cast it off.
Yeah.
He's bitching. He's talking. You finally get sick of it. You just push him.
Yes.
He's got no oars. He has no motor.
No.
He is just floating on Lake Springfield. Going whichever way.
You know, lake disinfected? Lake infected?
Yes.
Dana, I got a little leak in this boat. Throw me a line. Joey, throw me a... Come on, I'm drifting the farther away.
Shader, where did you get this boat?
Out of a guy's backyard. He told me, you know what he told me?
What?
He said, I haven't used it for a couple years because it's got a little hole in it.
So Jim is now floating in a boat that has a little hole in it on Lake Springfield.
Lake Leptospirosis.
Lake Lepto.
You know,
Come on. Oh, man, there's a
it hasn't
spider
been
on me.
proven.
There's the Nina
Spider
Pinta
webs
Santa
all in
Maria
his
and the
boat.
Gay Fotografer boat. And that one unfortunately sank.
Yeah, and of course, to make it totally historically accurate, from what we understand, everyone aboard the ship died.
How much leakage is happening on the boat?
It's like a little pinhole, but I'll tell you what, it's enough to scare the spiders that were like on the bottom to come up.
There are spiders on the boat.
Yeah. I mean, spiders, they've been using this as a nest
And where the hell are you?
out on the lake.
Shaner, which side of Lake Springfield is he in?
Spalding.
West Lake.
Jimmy, is that hole in the left corner? Yeah. You could tell because the boat's shifted towards the left corner.
Really?
Come on, throw me a line.
How far
Throw me
away?
an oar, something.
How far away from you is he, Shader?
He's far enough that I'm not going to go get him.
Really? Could you, if you wanted to, could you throw a rope and have him catch it?
I could. It could have. A little bit. What am I holding on to?
Just hold on. Hey, Shaner?
Yes.
Get a rope, and I want you to throw it out to him, but make sure that there's no way the rope can reach him. Make sure that it'll be short every time. Or throw it to his right or throw it to his left.
Yeah.
Make him reach for the rope. All right. I would just tease him. Make sure it's not going to actually reach him.
Okay. Hello?
Jimmy, how you doing?
Well, how do you think I'm doing? I'm in
Hey.
a boat that's got a hole in it.
Listen, Shaner's going to...
I'm like 50 feet
I know.
offshore, drifting farther
I
away.
know. Shaner says joke's over. He's going to get a rope and toss it into you.
Well, good. I'm
All right.
glad he realizes the seriousness of
Right.
this.
We
And
will...
leptospirosis
I understand.
infected lake.
Right. We will check in with you in just a few minutes.
Hey,
Please.
what
yeah.
are those symptoms of leptospirosis?
I don't know, Sean. What are they? What
Well,
can
let's
happen with
see.
leptospirosis?
Well, initially, you can break out into sores, and it's
Oh, I hate to hear that.
fever-like symptoms. Also, there can be kidney damage, liver
Oh.
damage, and then there's this other side effect that
What's that
they
could
talk
happen?
about. It's commonly referred to in the medical community
Yeah.
as death.
Oh, very nice. All right, good luck, Jimmy.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like you're in for a good
Hey,
day.
get that line, Shader!
All right.
I keep drifting towards the middle.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have a couple weeks before you died, though, Jim.
Is there a dam or anything? Isn't there a dam right there?
That's the big site for the dam is over the Stevenson Bridge.
All right.
And
And if
that's
they
what
open the gates to wash it out,
Are you
he might travel along.
are
with
you
the dam
drifting
wash
towards
out.
the dam?
That's what I'm drifting towards. When's he going to get me out of here?
Shaner?
Yes.
All right, you got the rope?
Yes.
How's Jimmy? How far is he drifting over?
Longer than the rope goes.
Jimmy,
Yeah?
how you doing?
Not very
Are you
good.
still sinking?
Yeah, it is. What?
Very intelligent statement you just said.
Okay, the hole in the Titanic was bigger, but it still sank.
No. What
You
did
get
you
a hole in a boat, it's going to sink.
what did you just say? What did you just say?
I got a hole in the boat like
No,
the
no, no.
Titanic.
You said pinhole. It's a pinhole.
But it's still a hole.
Yeah. Like the Titanic is what you said.
Titanic got a, yeah, but, you know, in relationship to the size of the boat,
Right.
you know, this is a little boat. So a pinhole on this boat is like a great big hole on the Titanic.
Titanic had more than a big hole. It hit an iceberg.
But we're talking about proportion.
Hmm.
Proportionally, I hit an iceberg.
No, you've got a
I got an
pin.
iceberg-sized hole in this
You
little
have a pinhole. How much water is it bringing in?
boat. It's 2 inches deep right now.
What are people screaming at him?
Screw Jim.
Hi. And what's this about you floating near the dam?
Yeah, I'm drifting towards it. I mean, I don't even have an oar.
Is the rope going to reach him?
No way.
Wait, now,
There's
Don't-
no way.
don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. He'll go nuts. All right, I want you to throw the rope onto him.
Here comes the rope. That's not going to reach.
Oh no.
You need to tie more rope to it.
Yeah, tie a little more to
That's
it.
how long this rope you got. You need another rope.
Tie a little more to it there, Shader.
Hurry.
I don't have another rope, Raymond.
Tie a little more to it there, Shader.
Okay.
Don't worry, Jimmy. We'll take care of you.
He's only getting it like a little over halfway to me.
I know. He'll take care of it.
I mean, and then it's all stretched out. He doesn't have enough freaking rope. Get more rope, you dumb son of a bitch. He doesn't even care. He's just standing there. I mean, dumb son of a bitch. He, you know, it doesn't make it to me. It's all the way out. So what's he do? He reels it back in, tosses it out again. It's not going to reach. It didn't reach the first time. It's not going to reach the next time or the next. What a dumb son of a bitch he is. Tie another rope to it.
Shader,
Yes.
tie another rope to that rope, by darn it. Get that thing out to him. Don't worry, Jim.
I don't have another rope.
Jim, do you hear me?
Let me find another rope.
Jimmy, do you hear me?
Yeah.
We're going to take care of you. You take care of that.
Well, hurry up. This is not a laughing matter, Ray.
I'm not laughing.
I found a little fishing line here.
All right. Shader's going to try to throw it out to you now, Jimmy.
Not gonna work. That dumb son of a bitch.
How much are you drifting over near the dam?
I'm just drifting and I'm so far away. You know, he's standing on the dock.
How close to the dam are you getting?
I just keep getting closer and closer. I
Uh,
mean, I'm still a ways from it,
okay, good.
but it's, you know, those smokestacks are getting bigger and bigger all the
Okay.
time.
All right.
That is not a good sign.
Hey.
And here's a dead fish floating over
All
here,
right.
too.
What happened to Jim?
He's too far to care about.
Where's he going?
Towards the middle of the lake.
He's so far out, I think his cell phone died. Jimmy,
Yeah,
are you still wearing your hat?
yeah.
Sailor
My
Jim.
captain's
The
hat.
gay skipper.
Captain Jim, the gay skipper.
I do have some listeners here that
Yeah,
we got some big rocks.
yeah.
We're gonna try to make waves and make him jump back in. And if it makes some waves, then maybe it'll jump him back in towards the shore.
You are going to throw rocks at him,
Yeah.
hoping to make waves.
That's not going to work.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's going to push me farther away.
You know, I only wish the gym cam were operational today. I'd enjoy seeing this.
Zach's gonna try to throw a rock.
All right. Jimmy, tell me how close that comes.
He won't even get halfway. I'm too far away.
You sound like just a defeated man.
The window of opportunity. Oh man, 1/3 of the way.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The window of opportunity to get me in, is gone, and I'm in a leaking boat
I know. I'm very
with
sorry.
spiders. It's got a spider nest. Not just
Mhm.
there's another freaking spider. They're all over this boat.
I'm very sorry.
I mean, I've killed 20 of them already.
I'm sure you have.
I put them on the water sometimes. And what's cool is they're floating right on top of the water.
All right, good.
And then a fish will come up and grab them. It's
All
really
right.
something.
I don't know. How the hell are we going to get him back in?
Well, we're going to have to hope that the couple boats that's out here fishing are tuned in, and maybe they'll come and pull him back
Hell
in.
with him. No. Leave him out there.
I don't see any boats, though.
Save me! SOS! Lifeguard!
Listener just told me that they heard the police boat has been dispatched.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Did you explain to the cop that the original plan was to have Jimmy float like just a couple feet off the dock?
Yes, they do.
And was he interested in hearing that?
I got to go.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
there's a boat about to get in the water.
Yeah,
They can come and rescue me.
that would be the police boat.
Uh-oh. Because I'm out past the no-wake area.
Really?
It's a lot deeper and a lot more dangerous. Especially if you've got a boat with a hole in it and you're on a boat without a life jacket.
Are you still sinking?
Yeah.
All right, I'm very sorry about that. If anything, this shows how people should be more careful in the water because look what's happened to you. You floated out to the middle of nowhere in a boat.
There's seagulls all over the place.
You'll be pecked to death by seagulls.
Oh, man.
That'd be a perfect fate.
They look like vultures.
That'd be Are they just circling you?
Yeah, they're flying right over. Oh, those are ducks.
They're just circling you.
The latest is
Where's Jim?
he's still explaining why he don't have a life jacket.
Oh, they brought him in.
or a
All right,
whistle.
Jim got in, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so he's not in the water anymore. We were actually fearful for Jim's safety. What kind of irresponsible boater would do that thing?
Really?
In fact, I think
I
they
can't
should.
believe he went out without a life jacket and a whistle and fire extinguisher and all that.
What did the police say about that?
They're still talking to him.
They should arrest him.
Not only endangering your life, but the lives of those
Can
trying to save
Can I
you.
ask if you can actually go to jail for any of these charges?
What's
Can
that?
you go to jail for that stuff?
I don't know.
Or does it affect your chance of getting any future licenses?
Usually you get fined.
Really? So he's going to get a big fine. Oh, boy. How unhappy is Jim?
Very.
Really? He's pretty mad.
The funniest part was when he said, "Do you have a whistle?" Jim went.
Okay.
You, excuse me, young man. You have to have a whistle when you're out in the water. Oh,
Yeah.
Got a little carried away.
just got out of control. I'm glad they got him in.
Yeah,
That makes me happy.
me too. Everybody's safe, and
Yes. So you are in no trouble.
I'm the hell out of there.
Oh, you're not even there?
No.
Where you're driving?
Yes.
You actually drove away from the thing.
Yes.
Good for you. That's the smartest thing you possibly could have done.
Oh my God. I love a good Jimmy bit like that. Fantastic.
Hey kids, what time is it?
Oh my goodness.
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all is so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas 10% testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the Morning Disaster Show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the Morning Disaster. They got guests and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure. But they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster.
Oh my God. Starting with classic Jimmy. Starting with classic Jimmy stuck out in the lake. That was fantastic. What a way to start the show. Good morning, everybody. It is Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. How are you? What's going on? Happy Thursday. This is our last free show of the week. And this one will end promptly at 9:30. I've got to work out today. So, we'll have about 90 minutes of show. And then, like I said, I've got to go work out. So I thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for being here. It is the 29th, the day after my anniversary. My anniversary, which was yesterday. And I enjoyed my evening. I'll tell you, I think I found my new favorite restaurant. My wife got carryout from a restaurant downtown. I had never even heard of the restaurant downtown. Of course, because I haven't gone out to eat. I haven't gone out to eat in, in over a year. Because of, with a pandemic going on, we never go out to eat. But we got this restaurant she got, and I guess my daughter's the one who found the restaurant, but it's some Italian place downtown, and that's what we got our carry out from last night for anniversary dinner. Holy crap! It was so good. What's the name of it? I want to plug the restaurant, but I don't even know. La Piazza or something on 6th Street. That's what we ended up doing carry out for. And it was fantastic. And Fat 420 wants to know if it is the anniversary of me being unemployed. No, it's not the anniversary of me being unemployed. It was our wedding anniversary. It was the anniversary of the marriage to my wife. That's what it was. It was not an anniversary of my being unemployed. No. Thank you, Fat 420, for just assuming that we were celebrating that. Why anyone would celebrate an anniversary of being unemployed is beyond. Who would celebrate that? I mean, come on. Chris Stice says it's NFL draft day. It is NFL draft day tonight. Yeah, it starts tonight. We're going to see the NFL draft. Boy, people really get excited about that draft. I got to be honest. The NFL draft to me is one of the most overrated. I think the NFL draft is one of the most overrated things every year. And I love the NFL. I love the NFL games. And of course, I love betting on them. But I think it's highly overrated. Like these people who, the people who want to go to the city where the draft is. Like they want to travel to the city to watch the draft. I just don't understand that. But and every year my wife and I would celebrate the anniversary. You know, back when I was working and stuff, we would We'd go get a hotel room and that had a big jacuzzi. And we'd kick back in the jacuzzi and watch the NFL draft. It would be on in the background. But the main reason we were there was not to watch the draft. The main reason we were there was to spend time together. The draft would just be on in the background, you know. But it would always be weird. Like, people would go to these cities to watch the NFL call college kids who they're drafting. And I never, like, they in fact, they really wanted to open it up this year. So they're having the draft in Cleveland. And they opened up the draft to where they can have fans and have the draft where the guys can come to the NFL and have a draft. And then when they call their names, come up and shake hands with the commissioner and blah, blah, blah. Like, they're going to do all that stuff. So they're coming to, you know, they're going to actually have an NFL draft. And that was very important. That's very important to the NFL. They're like, screw a pandemic. We're having a draft. So people from New York can come to Cleveland and watch us select college players. But listen, whatever. If that's what you're into, it's going to be out. I think it's outdoors, right? I'd hope it's outdoors, because the CDC has been saying, if it's outdoors, have fun. Which, I was thinking about it. How many places have work offices where they're going to move the office to outside? You know what I mean? Like, you've got a bunch of employees. How long will it be until they say, screw it, let's put our offices outside? Which, I got to be honest, if I had an office, or if I had a business that had a bunch of people working, I'd just let them work from home. All right? There's no doubt in my mind, just to save money. I don't understand these places that pay all these big fees just to have a bunch of office space. And then you say, what does that company do? Oh, that company does something where they take people's information and get them loans, or they call people and get them to pay their bills, or you find something like that and you go, why are they paying for a gigantic, for a huge office building for that? Like, I understand paying big fees for buildings if you're a factory, if you're making something, if you're some kind of, well, they put this together there and that's what they sell to people. I understand that. Or they sell blank, blank, blank. So whenever somebody makes an order, they put it together and mail it to them from that location. That makes sense. Or it's a medical facility and people have to stop by that location. That makes sense to work there. I'll tell you, it doesn't make sense if your office has a product that is sent from one place, but yet at this office, they don't even touch the product. All they do is like they just deal with the customers, or they call people or whatever. I don't understand why they pay for all the business space for that. It really makes no sense to me. And this is even before the pandemic. Like, so the big business could have had all their employees work from home, and therefore they could have saved money on paying for the business. I don't understand why more businesses just don't say, screw it, all our workers will work from home, whatever. Like I said, even before the pandemic. Like, I think maybe some places where the computers have to be connected. Pete worked for an insurance company, right? Isn't that where you work, Petey? He worked for an insurance company and they all had to go into the office every day. And I was like, so your product that you sell isn't anything that, it's basically just you have people's information, they pay you money, and you cover them. But there's really no reason for people to come to the facility where you were, except your computers were somehow connected. So why not just have a computer network that everyone is logged into, but they're working from home? I guess I just don't understand things. And instead of everybody working at one facility, it makes sense to not have to pay the cost for the facility and just have people work from home. Because people are happier. They've got to be happier working from home, right? Think about it. Your employees are probably happier. You're not getting, just think if you're a big company. Are there a lot of sexual harassment stuff going on now? How are people sexually harassing people when they're working from home? I mean, there's got to be lower cases of that happening, right? I mean, I guess you could I guess you could make sexual comments over Zoom, but I don't think you're not pinching any asses or, or assaulting anybody when everybody's working at home. Most of the employees love working from home. I would think that, I don't know. I mean, I don't work. I mean, I do this, but I got to be honest. I don't see myself ever getting back into radio, but if somehow I did, I would want to do the show from home. This is much easier and much more fun to me than going in a studio and seeing people that, I don't necessarily have a problem with them, but it's not like I like them and I have to see them. No. I'm just fine working from home. I think most people are okay with working from home. So now that the CDC has said, if you're outside, all right, if you're outside, you don't even need to wear a mask. Now, we don't want you all being right next to each other, but they're basically saying that outside the virus is less, they're saying the virus, because there's more room for it to be, it's not, Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're like, I'm fully vaccinated. So they're saying that I could be someone that could be outside, no mask, and which is wonderful. By the way, I still work out. I still have my mask on. I still mask up when I work out because I can't trust other people. Like we got there's some people walking around the club. You just know. I see some guy, like if someone comes into to Fit Club and they walk into Fit Club, you have to wear your mask into Fit Club or they won't let you in. So some people wear their mask, they come in, you see them, you watch them. They come in with their mask on, they wear the mask, and then they start working out. Other people, they come in, they check in, and then literally as soon as they check in, they rip the mask off like, oh, thank God. I've ripped the mask off. Oh, thank God. Oh. And then they can't even walk to the locker room without having the fucking mask off. Oh, thank God. Thank God I ripped my mask off and now I can take 10 steps without it. And then they walk into the locker room without their mask on, which, by the way, this is why I don't go to the locker rooms. They're taking their mask off before they. So people aren't wearing the mask in the locker room. So I don't know, but I don't trust them. So that's why I work out with a mask on still, even though I'm fully vaccinated, and I could work out without a mask, but still I work out. So I'm wondering when offices are going to start saying, well, we need everyone to show up here at XYZ mortgage or XYZ insurance company or whatever. We want everyone here. Or XYZ bill collector agency. We want everyone to come into the office. Come in here and work. But now we're going to need you to work outside. I'm telling you, that's the next thing. Businesses are going to make people work outside. Because I don't know if they don't trust. I don't know if they don't trust people or what the reasoning is. But you watch. They're going to force people. They will force them to work outside. They'll force them. When you're in such a good position right now, you don't have when people aren't working from the office. Think about it. And if anybody thinks I'm wrong, please say in the chat room or call if you want, 815-414-2125. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I'm telling you, it makes no sense. You're paying the power bill. You're paying the rent bill. You've got people working inside the bill. I'm telling you, it's in your best interest to have them work from home. Why would you set up an office outside? So these people are going to be setting up offices outside, all right? And force their employees to come work. So they're going to set up offices outside. Then people are going to be miserable because they're working outside. It'll be too hot. And what, you're going to put desks and stuff outside? It makes no sense. Have the people continue to work from home. Am I wrong? I guess I just, maybe I don't love people. But I don't understand offices' need to force people to come into the office. Are you that untrusting? Because you know what it is. You know exactly what it is. It's because there's people in charge at offices who have this thing that go through their person that says, these freaking people, they don't want to work. They're lazy. We need to have them here so that they have to work in front of us, or we see they're up to no good. Because all these people, they're up to no good. They're all lazy. They're all no good. They disagree with me politically. They're all the enemy. I need to have them here so they can prove to me they're working. They need to be within my sight so I can see them. And in order to prove to me that they're working hard, they have to be here. I'm telling you, that's why this stuff's going to happen. Because there are people that have no trust. Instead of saying, well, I hired good people, so even though they're working from home, they're going to do what they're supposed to do, get the work done, and our productivity is still going to be high. But I'm telling you, I am telling you, there are going to be companies that are going to start putting offices outside and forcing people to come in instead of having them work from home. DC says, where are you getting this working outside thing? I'm not getting it from anybody. I'm predicting this is going to happen. I'm telling you guys, maybe I'm completely wrong. But I'm telling you guys, there are offices that are going to make people come into work to work outside. And then what are you going to do when it rains? Because they'd rather have people work outside in tents or under whatever coverings to be hot, sweaty, miserable, rather than have them work from home. Well, when people are working from home, they're paying for their own air conditioning. They're paying for their own internet. I'm telling you, have people work from home. It makes no sense. I'm just saying, mark my words. Mark my words. There are going to be companies that will force people to return to work and work from outside because you have people in charge who are convinced that they need to have people there working under them within their sight to know they're actually working. Of course, you could just hire decent people who, even when working from home, are going to give you a nice day's work. I'm telling you. Kelly says the union contract has a section about having reasonable work conditions. Working outside would not fly. The contract with the building owner even says the temperature has to be a certain degree. See, I think that's fantastic. Of course, I love unions. I'm very pro-union. But I'm telling you, It's why more companies should have people work from home. My thing in all of this. My thing is more people should work from home. If I owned a company, 100% of it would be working from home. I think it's ridiculous that companies aren't just saying to everybody, go work from home. I think that should be the norm. But I also pay attention to the CDC stuff. And I see them now saying that outdoors, need certain things. I think this might lead to more offices going outside. Maybe I'm crazy. I haven't read or seen anything about offices making people work outside, but I'm telling you, I think that this is something that's going to happen. I think companies might make their work, might have their employees work outside. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm nuts. Kathy says working from home is fine as long as their employees are given salaries that include their extra expenses for utilities and toilet paper. Yeah, I think if you're a business, the money you save on that stuff alone, the money you're saving would be worth having people work at home. Now, I think there are some companies where you have to have, where you have customers and stuff, you have customers that come to your office or come to the building. Sorry, everybody's going to have to work in the building. But I'm saying if you have a company where most of your people just come together and do paperwork, have them do it from home. It's just a waste of money to pay for people to show up in one building. Like Kelly says, she saves $400 a month. Look, think of this. She saves $400 a month in gas and all miles on her vehicle by working from home. I think that's fantastic. I think that's amazing. And also, if you have people working from home, they don't need to live close to the office. You know what I mean? Like, I know, we're looking for a place right now. And whenever we look for a place, it's like, my wife says, well, it has to be, I got to keep it somewhat close to my office. I'm like, if we were working from home, if she was working from home, we wouldn't have to live within, so many minutes of the office. We could live somewhere cheaper, We could live outside of Springfield. We could live in one of these beloved hillbilly towns and not have to worry about, the drive. Because I'm telling you right now, when we look, it's like, I don't want to live in Pawnee. Because I added up and I go, well, that's going to add, maybe 25 minutes for my wife to, 25-minute drive to get to work or whatever. Well, I'm not going to live in Petersburg because you're going to need 35 minutes to get to work. Okay, no, I'm not even going to consider that place. But who knows? Maybe if we're working from home, it wouldn't matter. I don't know. I'll tell you, when it comes to customer service, working from India is okay. There are. Have you ever had a technical issue with, and you call? And the person, on the other end is, hello, thank you for calling. This is John. I'm sorry, this is who? This is Joe Bob. Joe Bob, where you live, Joe Bob? Oh, I'm in the country. What country are you in, Joe Bob? Joe Bob says, I'm in India. That's what he wants to say, but instead he lies. But you call customer service for, whatever. And you could tell the whole company, everybody doing customer service is living in India. They're not even in the United States. And they're fine. They get away with it. And they just do that because it's cheaper to hire people from India than it is from the U.S. So the company's trying to save money. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It makes sense. Working from home is the thing that makes the most sense for most companies. I don't understand why companies are forcing people to come back to the office. And you guys, once again, it's not happening now. But I'm telling you, I do fully believe that there are companies that are going to force people to come work in new facilities outdoors. Of course, I like what Karen says. She says, unless you live in a stable climate, working outside probably won't work. Rain, hot, humid, windy around here. Yeah. I don't think it's feasible either. I don't think it's feasible either, but I'm telling you, I think you're going to start seeing companies, maybe companies like Florida. North Florida has pretty deep. It's not super hot, right? It's not super hot. I think you'll have companies, forcing people to come work from outside because of the desire, because companies don't trust people to work from home. Like DC says, companies adamant on staff returning to work at office are going to lose their better staff because those companies that have adopted work from home. Yeah, that have adapted work from home. I'm telling you. I agree. I'm saying if I ran a company, everybody would work from home. We wouldn't have this bullshit of doing both. I just think that there's more, Your employees would be super productive working from home. I really do. I know that lunch hour is better working from home. You know, because your lunch starts at noon. Boom. You log off, whatever. I'll be back at 1 and you're home. So there's no drive to go anywhere. You're right there. You guys are working at home. You know exactly what I'm talking about. People are just fine working from home. These companies that are adamant about their staff being, at the office, like, oh, we need to have people at the office because it's the only way we can motivate our people. We need to have them here so we can motivate them. No. Hire better people. Hire people who don't need you to motivate them. I guess I just don't understand. And I'm telling you, it's shocking to me why there aren't companies that, and I'm telling you, I'm just looking for a job. As I look for a job, I'm still shocked by how many people want you to come back to their office. They want you to be in their offices to do things. It's like, wait a minute. And now, especially that I'm doing things like, I do things like web design and things like that. It's unbelievable. Like there was one company that was looking for someone to not even design a new one, but to update their existing website. Okay. To update the website and come up with ways to market their company. And I'm like, well, that sounds fine. That's something I'll check into. I check into it and they tell me, oh, well, you'll need to do that from the offices. I'm like, what? That has to be done from the offices. I'm like, why couldn't that be done from my house? Well, we need people to work from our offices. We need you here. We need you here to log into our server, which isn't even here. Our server, which, by the way, for this company was an Amazon server. We need you to work and do it from here to update everything, and then do marketing, or then help us get the word out. So wait a minute, you want me to update your website, update your third-party stuff, your Facebook stuff, your YouTube stuff, your Instagram stuff? You want me to do that from your offices? Like you won't accept someone from working in a fucking pandemic. You won't accept someone working from home. Like, no, we'd rather you do that from here at the office. It's just it's shocking to me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All of that can. I think Karen just hit it on the head. You just want control. You want control because secretly in their mind they have oh, I don't trust anyone unless I can keep my eyes on them. I don't trust anyone if I can't monitor them to make sure they're not up to some type of no good. I need to make sure of it. I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's why there are companies that are having people return to the office when the job can simply be done from home. And so I think you're finding smart companies. I think you're finding smart companies that are realizing, shit, this job can be done from everybody at home. This job, we don't have to have people here at this at these buildings that we're paying for. And so maybe next time they have to cut budget, they can say, well, you know what budget we can cut? We can cut the rent we're paying for these gigantic buildings, or we can cut the power bill because we should have people work from home instead of firing people. I'm telling you, it makes sense. I don't understand why more companies don't do it now. Why more businesses don't say. I mean, if you sell, so if you're a retail business, I can understand why you need employees there and all that. I can understand that. It's retail. Of course you need people there. But if it's just offices, like the radio industry, I don't understand the radio industry still having these buildings and paying for literally the people that do the shows can do them from home. You know, I'm telling you, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense. Excuse me. I'm eating an orange, so that's what the silence is when I'm chewing. So hold on. My breakfast today was hard-boiled egg, and now some pieces of this delicious orange, which are very tasty. Yeah, I guess I just don't understand. Like I look at radio, which is the business I was in. I don't understand paying for big studios. I mean, the music. I understand the music stations. All right, I understand the music stations needing people there because the music has to be kept in one place. But by the way, it's the music stations where nobody's working. Nobody even works from the building. They literally come in, they voice track a show, which is, for those that don't know, it's when they go into a studio and say, oh, and you're listening to, blah, blah, blah. We play the best live hits from the 80s. Now here's Culture Club on whatever, blah, blah, blah. None of those people are there. None of them are there. It's all voice tracked. Everything is voice tracked. There's nobody live. Their talk radio shows are live, except the ones that are filled with syndication. And by the way, the guys doing the show from syndication, they're not in the studio. They're working from their home. So I'm saying, like, when I worked at WMAY, why go into the studio to do the show? It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. I should have done the show right from here, from my house. And talk about whatever. I never understood why was that company paying for this beautiful building with these beautiful studios. Who gives a shit? Have the person do the show from home. Save money. That way you wouldn't have to fire people. You can just cut cost from people not being in the building anymore. So now we don't have to so now we don't have to pay for to get the shitter drained or whatever the hell cost they were. They had some kind of weird sewer thing going on there. You know, there were weird sewer issues, and I guess they still are, but there was some weird sewer thing that we had to pay for at WMAY. You could cut that cost instead of cutting me or cutting people if you let people work from home. I don't know. Or the company I just talked to. The person that you want to do your web updates, have them work from home. What do you want them to come to work in the office for? Oh, also, we have a dress code at our company. At our company, we have a dress code. Well, what does the dress code have to do? What is it? Wait a minute. Now you're telling me the guy that updates your website, there's a dress code they have to follow? Oh. I'm talking to this company. I'm like, I don't even want this job. This job sounds terrible. I don't want this job. I'm going to go through I'll go through the process, but I don't want this job. Sounds boring as hell. Got to go to the office. Got to dress a certain way. Oh my God. It doesn't. Let me wear shorts. Let me wear shorts, which is what I'm doing now. You know, literally, I'm wearing my workout clothes while I'm doing this show now. I'm wearing my workout clothes. I have a t-shirt underneath this top. I have a t-shirt, shorts, all that stuff. It doesn't make any sense to. I guess when I think about the future and I think about jobs, and I think about that stuff, it makes no sense to force people to go to work in an office at a facility, a big drive, and then they have to log into somewhere else, dress a certain way. I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm too far removed, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some jobs Some jobs, it makes sense you have to go in the office. You know what I mean? It's like, well, this is what I do for a living. I have to go to the office. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm telling you, the more you think about it, working from home makes sense. Working from home is the most, of all the different answers, working from home is the most sensible. Pete says, yes, Ray, some adults have to dress for work. I think you should dress whatever you're comfortable in. I happen to be comfortable in shorts and a t-shirt. Now, when my wife worked from home, she got dressed every day, you know. She was working in our kitchen, but yet she somehow had a suit on. I didn't say anything though, because that's what she was most comfortable in. So whatever. If you're comfortable in a suit, then fine. But I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem with your employees being comfortable. I guess I just don't see the problem with it. So I'm telling you, there are going to be companies that will make workers work from outside with this new CDC stuff. Just because they'd rather have them working outside than have them working from home. Because there are some people, or there are some companies and some people in them that are too broken to understand what makes sense. And by the way, I see Fat 420 misspelled the word bikini in the chat room. I've never seen the word bikini misspelled this poorly before. I'm going to put it up on the screen. How do you misspell bikini? I mean, how did you find an A? Way to go, Fat 420. I guess I just don't get it. It just doesn't it makes no sense to me. Oh my goodness. Flint is on with us, everyone.
Yeah. Howdy, partner.
Look at you.
Yeah.
What are you? What's up, Shawnee?
Not a whole lot, brother.
You look like you just crawled. You look like you literally escaped from a crematorium.
Yeah, I tell you what, I felt like I was headed for one. It had a weird bug hit me hard. Like like all of a sudden I was zooming toward like 100. I mean, I felt like normal, and in a matter of minutes I had the chills and I was pushing 104. It was bizarre.
How long did that last?
Yeah, you know what? The first day was pretty rough. I'm probably so it's about a day and a half old, I guess. Let me see.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling semi-normal, but.
So that was the worst you had felt since COVID, huh?
Yeah, I don't get sick all that often, despite my.
I got to be honest. You had COVID. Now you had this weird thing. It seems to be you are getting sick pretty, Yeah, I don't think you are someone that I say, oh, he never gets sick anymore. It seems like you're always sick.
Well, I still avoid it pretty well, but COVID and boy, I mean, I don't get the flu all that often, but it does happen. But I seem to have a decent immune system.
You know what it is? You can't stay home. You're always out there gallivanting.
Mm.
And you're gallivanting without a mask. You probably picked something up over the weekend. Or didn't you
I'll
just,
be
didn't
honest.
you just,
I'll be
didn't you
honest.
just go to
I'm
the
not much of a
Cardinal game?
social life. There's much.
Didn't you just go to the Cardinal game?
Yeah. There's nobody other than the guy with me. And he is double vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Yeah, I mean, there was no one sitting within 60 feet of me. Everybody was pretty spaced out, and I was sitting up in the because I got this weird lymphedema thing. If I've had this problem, really profound for quite a few years, where I cannot sit in a regular seat without being on the aisle because I will get twitchy because it's like a nerve. I don't know how to describe it, but my hip will just start grinding. So I sat in the disabled seats, which I don't, which at Busch Stadium you don't feel bad because there are people who I would consider myself partially or semi-disabled, not disabled, but partially. And they have so many seats there that you're not cheating someone in a wheelchair out of going to the game. So that's what I like about that, because if that's the case, I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, I had plenty of space, got my Jack Buck statue, and and of course that's always tough because you see how time marches on. You have a bunch of people in the ballpark that didn't grow up listening to him, and they got the videos, and these people don't care. And I get it.
So was your friend also sitting in the disabled seats?
Yeah.
Was he disabled too?
No. I mean,
Oh.
Companion's okay to go with someone like. Yeah, but it's a mess. It's I don't get out that much because I really don't have anybody to get out with that much.
Did your friend properly wash his hands after going to the bathroom?
Yes. I didn't confirm that.
I'm just trying to figure out how you got this weird illness.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
you caught a weird bug. You caught a 24-hour bug or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
I haven't caught one. I've caught nothing. Of course, I properly wear my mask, wash my hands. If anything, this pandemic has taught me, more hygiene. I've learned a lot about hygiene in the past year.
Something to be said for that.
Yeah. There we go. Look at that good-looking SOB Sean Bullitt.
Yeah,
look at it.
I looks like one of the ghost scenes from Battlestar Galactica.
You're growing that beard out again, aren't you?
This is probably about as far as. I'm not going to let it get any wider than that because now I do some things at work, for work and public. So that probably put an end. There probably won't be a third Civil War beard.
You should look at tell me if I'm wrong, people. You should look at putting some color in that beard. Like, don't they have hair color for beards?
I would think about it. I just don't get out much. That's kind of that's the rub. It's like I die and then I just kind of sit at home. That's a problem. I think if maybe I get into society again, so to speak, I might look at that because it is really, it's really snowy.
Isn't there some kind of brush on,
Yeah, something like that.
Your brush on hair color?
Yeah, I don't trust myself with that, but
I think you should.
It'd be uneven.
Yeah. You should make it like really. Oh, Steve says there's just for men beard color.
Yeah.
You should get like really dark, dark, dark red. You know what I mean? Or dark. You were never black. Your hair's always been brown.
Yeah. So, and when I shave it,
I'm just
But
saying you should get like a
it's a
different
mix of-
color.
It's a mix of brown, red, and gray.
So you should
it's
just
like,
go
what the-
dark black.
Yeah. I'll
Just
try
like-
it. I'll look like some kind of evil fat guy from a movie.
I'd just love to see it. Oh wow.
Oh man, so it's yeah, it was a pretty powerful bug though.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
What do you do?
Yeah.
The yeah, I mean there's just a lot of weird bugs going around. I
Well,
don't
at least-
it was 10 days after my second vaccination, so a lot of people talk about getting sick after the vaccination. I don't know. That's kind of a
I never got
that's
it.
a long lead time
Yeah.
between that and getting sick. So
No, obviously no. Did you have any vaccination issues when you got yours?
no, first time or second time.
Yeah, me neither.
Just kind of sailed through.
My it was
I got a little
boring.
more body mass, so it probably absorbed it a little better.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking maybe I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get some kind of reaction to the vaccine. Nothing. Boring. I got neither shot. I didn't even get tired. Like I hear people saying, "Oh, you'll get tired." No, I didn't get tired. Oh, your arm will hurt. No, my arm. I couldn't even tell you where they put the shot. You know.
Well, I'm always tired, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
I
know
didn't
the
even-
difference.
I didn't even feel the first shot. I literally didn't feel it. Like when she put it in my arm and everything, it literally felt nothing. The second shot, at least I felt a poke from the needle, you know.
Well, they're good. Yeah, I mean, it really. Yeah, I mean that's a good place to get a shot. I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
I hardly felt a thing right through the meat of the arm.
Yeah. I used to get B12 shots.
B12.
B12 in my ass.
Yeah. I had to look into that.
And never felt them. No. There was a time they had to put it in my arm. I felt it when they were putting the shots in my arm. But no shot in my ass have I can't even feel it.
Damn. Those are two great places to get a shot.
Yeah. Fat 420 says both shots he had localized itching and a slight soreness in just a spot. No, I didn't even get that. It would have been nice to, get some of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I would have at least had a memory about it. You know?
Yeah.
But nothing.
Yeah, you'd like a story to tell out of it or something.
Yeah. My story was boring. I got nothing. And by the way, my daughter was like me. She had nothing. Nothing. There was no incidents at all.
Wow. And that's,
We were a totally boring family. My wife got a little tired. She got a little tired after after both shots. But she got both shots on Fridays. So she's normally tired on Friday.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just sad though to see some of these areas where they've really come up with some masterful vaccination setups, like St. Clair County down in Belleville. I mean, it's just it's like a model for how you do these things, and they move people in and out. And now you go by the fairgrounds there, and they're like no cars hardly, and they just had an incredible system. And I imagine Springfield's the same because I know. It sounded like they've done some pretty good events up there, but gee. And It's just sad when they build a better mousetrap and no one uses it.
Well, that's a sad thing, and the people that the people that make up the bullshit of, well, my doctor, like what did Hillbilly Joe tell us? My doctor told me that if I would die if I took this shot. Bullshit.
Yeah, now the vaccine's going bad, and India's saying, "Hey, send it here."
No doctor's telling you that you'll die if you take the vaccine. That's a flat out lie.
Unreal.
But yet that's the bullshit that people are spreading.
Yeah, when the aliens come and this planet's empty, oh, what happened to these people? They'll be able to. They'll find a computer and look up social media from 2021. Oh, that's what happened. They really weren't an advanced society.
I'm telling you. If you got the Pfizer shot like me, it was the superior vaccine shot.
Yes.
If you got that shot like us, I believe you also had Pfizer, didn't you, Sean?
Yes, I did.
So you know what I'm talking about. When you have the shot that isn't a lesser than like the shot Jason had.
Yes. Yes, he's part of the Moderna tribe.
The Moderna. Oh my God, the white tribe.
You have a very low class vaccine.
Or the Johnson and Johnson. Oh my God, the hillbilly vaccine. I'm saying there were people that had that vaccine.
Yeah, I wish I
could see they're having problems, but the Pfizer people like myself and you, I will not stand for any reactions. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Yeah, but no, the shot was boring. I had nothing. I don't even have a story.
Yeah, I had my 15 minutes to sit there. I'm sure you had the same thing. And like, man,
I didn't.
I really felt no reaction. I kind of felt something moving to my system, but not really.
Did you
anything
stay?
Profound. I stayed for the 15 minutes.
Not me.
They keep in your car, and plus in the case of this is like a.
Oh, you did a drive. You did a drive-through shot, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a vaccine super center, and yeah, I mean you park and you're behind somebody, so you really can't leave anyway.
I would have loved to do a drive-through shot.
Yeah, pretty nice.
I had to park and get out and go into Walgreens. It was all pain in the ass, but yeah. No,
yeah,
I got my shot. Easy. And then Walgreens says, please wait 15 minutes. Yeah, okay. And I just walked out immediately. I immediately walked out. I went right home. I went right home, drank some chocolate milk. I laid on the couch and scratched my balls and drank a big old gallon of chocolate milk.
Well, I'll tell you that they had the National Guard at the one I went to, and they were really smooth operators. Just keeping, I mean, and what they did with traffic and everything else, it was unbelievable. The people they could move through and get vaccinated. I mean, they could easily, I think, get the county up to 50% down here, just based on the strength of what they have down there. But it's flatlined. I mean, people people see one social media post, and like I talked to this infectious disease specialist the other day. I think we talked about this the other day. You were kind of like on the cutting off period for getting the smallpox vaccine in adulthood or your later youth. A lot of people just don't even have any experience with vaccines. A lot of people don't get the flu shot. So it's like, they forget that sometimes there actually is a reaction that, it's like, it's a good sign that the vaccine's working when it kind of like says, knock, knock, I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
like I said, I wish I had a story. I wish I had a story of going, oh, I was tired after, but no. The shot, when I got both shots, I was fine. I wish I had something.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. Do you think, like, when I see the numbers of, like, our numbers are increasing, but we need to get like 70% of the people need to get the shot for us to reach the herd immunity through the vaccine. We're nowhere near that number.
No.
Because there are people that say, I refuse to get it. And there's nothing that could be said to them to convince them to get it.
Yeah,
I just wonder how do we convince someone who is that adamant against getting it to get it?
You know, the sad thing, the only thing that would do it, death all around us, death of, expanded death outside of that 70 plus realm. When people your age and those people have been out there, when you have more people in their 40s and 30s, and we've seen people of all ages die, but that seems to be the only thing that when someone they know dies, that kind of, shakes your belief system maybe a little bit.
I told this story the other day, but my brother-in-law,
that's certainly not the way you'd want something better than that.
My brother-in-law had COVID last year. All right. It almost killed him. He was on a vent in the hospital and all that stuff, had COVID. When they first offered the vaccine, the first people that they offered it to were people who had caught COVID. All right. They said, come on by and get a vaccine. So they wanted to offer it to the people who first had it first. Like you had COVID, but you still got vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to happen, right?
Raw too.
My brother-in-law says, "Oh, I don't need any vaccine. I had COVID." That's what he says. Would anyone like to guess where my brother-in-law is now? He's in the hospital breathing through a ventilator again because he caught COVID again. Because I know this is shocking, but as it turns out, not going to college, like getting out of high school, not going to college, is not the same as someone who's a doctor or a scientist. And as it turns out, he knows nothing about science. And he was wrong when he was assuming, oh, I had COVID, I'll be fine. No, he's now got it a second time. And he's back in the hospital on a ventilator. This is right after telling his doctor, well, I thought even if I did get it a second time, it wouldn't be as bad as the first. I have no idea why he jumped to that conclusion. The guy who had it so bad he was on a ventilator. That would just show me that, holy shit, I'm really susceptible to this sickness. Well, I seen it on YouTube. I seen a video on YouTube that told me I'm fine. Well, it turns out he didn't know shit.
We are doomed.
Like my wife's telling me about my brother-in-law, and I'm like, I'm sorry for you, but I go, well, he's gonna die. I go, he's gonna die.
He'll find a way.
And my wife goes, oh my God, I hope this doesn't kill him. I go, well, if this doesn't, something else will. He thinks he knows everything. Something's going to kill him. If he's this stupid,
I just want to know when people think, thought they were, just started thinking they were so damn smart. I mean, I think one of the keys to intelligence is knowing how smart you aren't.
Well, my doctor told me it would kill me. That's what Hillbilly Joe said.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Joe told us that his doctor By the way, who he couldn't name.
He's got to practice down by the swamp.
I go, what's your doctor's name? Oh, I'll forget his name. His doctor, who he couldn't name, had told him he would die if he got the shot. He would die. All right. If that's what you believe.
I'll tell you. We are doomed.
Yeah.
We're absolutely doomed.
I was saying there are a bunch of people who are believing in bullshit who won't get the shot. And I just find that so, I just find that so remarkable that they won't even, these are the people that are not going to get the shots. It's not going to happen. So, but yet we somehow need 70%. We somehow need 70% of our country to get the shot.
No.
In order, in order to get out of this.
It's gone from the health department saying, hey, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. Please be patient, to them groveling, begging for people to come. It's weird. I sure didn't think it would stall out, a little over the 30% mark. I figured it might stall at 50.
Yeah. No.
So this is far worse than I expected.
No, I know that the Biden administration was hoping to do 100 million shots in the first 100 days. They got 200 million shots in. But we have 330 some odd million people living in the United States. So the amount of shots we need to get to is higher.
Oh. Well, and Illinois came up with a good system too, as opposed to, you look at Missouri. Missouri, people were traveling 150 miles to get the vaccine.
Yeah, no,
because they had to.
If you haven't gotten a shot in Illinois, it's because you don't want one, or you're listening to assholes like Joe Rogan instead of doctors. I don't need a shot. Joe Rogan said I don't need one. Who gives a shit what Joe Rogan says?
Joe Rogan. He'll probably run for president someday.
I don't
That's
get
how screwed
it.
up this country is. President Rogan. Then I will defect to Canada.
Joe Rogan.
Yep. I will show up at the Ontario border and seek asylum.
I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't know. Well, Joe Rogan says I don't need it, and my doctor told me if I get it, I will die. I just can't believe when we called Joe, he said that. Like there was a portion of him that actually believed that we were going to believe that bullshit.
Well, I must say, I take back what I said, because, when I think of how to deal with the toughest health crisis in a century, I want to find out what the guy from Suddenly Susan and Fear Factor has to say.
Yeah. The guy who obviously, and I'm not insulting short people, but Joe Rogan's like 5'6", and you could tell he has a problem with it. Like, I don't care how tall I am. You know what I mean? I don't care. But there are some people who it eats them up, and you could tell he's one of those people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Brooke Shields was taller than him. You could see his comfort on the set. Wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it bothers him.
Yeah.
You get to, but I watched the thing from his, I don't understand Spotify paying him anything. Jesus. But
Yeah,
I saw the thing with him saying that people should not, that your young people should not get vaccinated. Jesus, if you live in Illinois, and you haven't been vaccinated, it's because you don't want to be vaccinated. I mean, there's the only reason. It's because you don't want one. Oh well. We got to wrap it up.
really
I got to
is.
go work out. I do have to go work out, so I want to wrap it up. But
I mean, yeah, they have really. I mean, yeah, mobile vaccine clinics.
Yeah.
Now they're doing house calls. I mean, they're doing all kinds of incredible stuff. And
the state of Illinois has really kicked ass when it comes to figuring out how they're. And the governor's done a good job. People love to insult this governor. They love to make fat jokes. I don't know what his size has anything to do with our COVIDers, but they love to, whatever it is, they always somehow bring his size into it. But that's all right. I understand. I've lived it. I know how people are with fat people. They're very sizes. And for some reason, they can't keep from bringing the governor's weight into everything. But I think this state has done a good job of getting the vaccine out there. There's no reason that you haven't at least gotten your first shot yet. This is everybody in Illinois. If you want a shot, you should get one. There's no reason to not do it.
yeah, what's worse, side effects or
Yeah.
the casket?
Yeah. I would think death from COVID.
Yeah,
I just don't want COVID because I see too many, like Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics got COVID. Okay.
yeah.
He's a professional athlete. He got COVID. Now he has to use a puffer or a breathalyzer or whatever to get through games. He can't play more than, like, he can only go so many minutes. And then they have to pull him and he has to sit and he has to use a breathalyzer to get back in. It's just, this is a professional athlete. There's too much shit like that going. I'm glad I never got COVID.
And
I hope now that I'm fully vaccinated, I'll never have to go through it.
I've got a friend 3 or 4 times. She's just all of a sudden had relapses, oxygen levels nosedive.
Yeah.
Back to the hospital. It's crazy what, I mean.
Now the neurological, if you are bipolar or if you have mental illness and you get COVID, the people getting it worse after, I mean, that stuff's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird as far as I can't think of anything that's had such a variety of effects.
Yeah.
Just like it just sets up a recipe for your genetic code.
Did I say breathalyzer? Did I say breathalyzer? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm half out of it, so I missed it.
I didn't mean breathalyzer.
Here's Tatum, clearly drunk, driving to the hoop.
He takes I forgot what the name of the
Hey, he got the winning bucket, but he can't walk a straight line or do the alphabet backwards. Jason Tatum.
Yeah. He gets on his puffer, his inhaler or whatever. They give it to him during the game. It's not a breathalyzer. But that's what and it's a professional athlete. But anyway, I got to wrap it up, guys. I got to go work out. I've got a good workout I got to get in today. Yeah. For everybody, thank you so much for listening.
Man.
Thanks so much for there's stuff I didn't get to. I've got a list of the top baby names that I want to get to. Never got to it. I promise. Tomorrow, subscriber show. I'll be back later today with Chubby Ray picks, and I'm gonna start doing a little brief sports show every day. All right. I don't know who's interested in that and who isn't, but I'm gonna save my picks for the Chubby Ray picks. but I'm at least going to talk a little sports during the day.
Do you mess with the horses at all, like the Triple Crown races?
No, I don't know. I wish I did.
Yeah, the Derby coming up on Saturday.
Really? Do you know who you're putting money on?
I have to research it. I definitely am not. I was going to start digging into that. I can talk more about
everybody
that.
Everybody who subscribes, I'll get Sean to give me his picks, and I'll put his picks on the Chubby Ray picks. So start thinking about it, and give me picks because I have no idea who to pick for the Derby.
Hopefully, the horses don't die this time.
I wouldn't have any idea. All right, we'll wrap it up. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day, everyone. And by the way, shows from 2002 will play on the app as soon as we're done. I've got 2002 shows ready to go. So long, everyone.